Welcome back to the video and welcome back to Rikka's Theorycrafting. Today we're going to be exploring the Assail mechanic and talking about if this actually is very good within Shadowverse Evolve or if this is not really as good but could be potentially something to be improved on over the time. So to start off, we're going to be explaining what Assail is. Assail basically is you can attack standing followers. So for example, if I have an Elf Child May within or like on the opponent's field and I play a card such as Aurelia Dragon Knight, for example, I could attack while it is still standing. So that's basically the explanation of what the Assail mechanic does. And basically to compare it to the regular digital game of Shadowverse, that in regular digital game, you basically can attack even if they're not standing or not, because there's no determination of either where it's standing or resting within the game, so you could attack basically followers immediately after your summoning sickness is gone, or if you have rush you can just attack within right away. In Shadowverse Evolve you actually don't have that, and it's mostly very tricky because the main thing you want to do is you want to attack stuff within rested, unless you have, of course, the use of the Assail mechanic. So there's actually been a lot of different debates about if Assail is pretty good overall, but I'm going to go run through a few different arguments about Assail. The first one is for it, talking about skills that are stacked on top of it. A very good example is with Shapeshifting Mage. So on the surface of it, you can go see that it doesn't really get the Assail mechanic on its unevolved, but when you evolve it, you will get both Assail and Bane. And of course, if you have Overflow, you get the stat gain, but that doesn't matter within our main example. Now, the great thing about this is that you can evolve this and immediately attack into it. So that is one good use of it, but the main appeal with Shapeshifting Mage, which is seen in most of a lot of Dragoncraft lists, is the Bane part. And as you all can recall, Bane is basically when you attack it, it will die. So like if you swing into the Elf Child May, for example, pretend standing, swing into this too, May will die even despite the trade back. So no matter what throw stats are used, you can go utilize with Assail to take out basically anything on your opponent's field when you swing it, barring wards, of course, and such. The argument against it, though, is potentially the stat lines. As you can see with some of the cards right now, Aurelia right now is 3-2, which is overall solid for a 3 cost, but the issue is that this is on Summoning Sickness, so you can't really utilize that attack line immediately. And for example, if they have their own Shapeshifting Mage, this can get thoroughly punished, and this will just die off of its own use of Assail parts. And also compare that to with Shapeshifting Mage, without the Overflow stat, it's basically just more so looking to trade in, which is one potential idea of what the main purpose is, but again, you lose some of this overall advantage with Assail having it. But looking at another example for both a for and against is mainly that, as said before, the use of Shapeshifting Mage can attack right away because it is on Evolved as a rush. A same example could be said about Oathless Knight. If you evolve it, it's going to gain rush by itself because of the Evolve effect, and this also utilizes itself Assail. What you can do, though, is that with Assail Bane, you have the luxury in order to go take down a different card. The issue with Oathless Knight, though, this will have Assail, but it only still has rush, but doesn't have any other skills to back it up. The stat line also takes a look at a 3-1, which basically can just die to almost thoroughly everything except stuff with 0 attack like Bellringer Angel. So overall, the Assail mechanic is pretty thoroughly nifty if you want to go attack stuff within right away, but sometimes you don't even have the luxury to. Both of these, so Shapeshifting Mage and Oathless Knight, have to get rush via its evolve effect. Aurelia, unfortunately, has to stay on Summoning Sickness to utilize, and most of the time you want to go trade in with Aurelia to get the last words to ramp up by 1. So what is the main conclusion here? Well, my main take on it is that Assail is a nifty mechanic, but I think the main reason why they want to do this is to balance out overall gameplay despite what the digital game showed us. In digital game, you can go thoroughly back and forth stuff that are placed with Summoning Sickness, but Assail is kind of thoroughly used in order to not have, to still have the luxury of playing within the digital game of trading back and forth, but not have it to a point where if Assail was not a mechanic and you can just attack stuff that is also standing right away, you'd see a lot of different back and forth trading. So a good example is that pretend these two don't have Thoroughly Assail. Like you plop this down, you wait a turn, you could just attack into it right immediately or swing into face, but then within what if your opponent passes a turn? Then you stay standing over here, you can just attack this and the opponent's going to get thoroughly punished because of not attacking within that frame. So these are just some potential examples within Assail. I think Assail is definitely good within balance to help utilize a lot of main past mechanics within the digital Shadowverse, but I think that Assail could be thoroughly improved on. I would love to see, honestly, more buffer Assail units to be plopped up in the past. But overall, I don't think Assail is as good right now, only for specific decks like Dragoncraft as mentioned before, but I really think that Assail could be thoroughly improved upon, especially within going into formats where they like to thoroughly swarm the field. Other than that, that's pretty much my take on Assail. If you have any other opinions about it, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. And I would also like to say that this will be the final Rikka's Theorycrafting before the new set. So we're actually going to be saying goodbye to the Lucifer playmat that I've been utilizing in all of my Rikka's Theorycrafting videos. And instead we're going to be having a new playmat within the next video. So definitely tune in for that. Other than that, that's been pretty much it. Continue to embrace the darkness, and we will see you all in the next video.